And now that my wallet is connected, you'd also be able to see if you have any UNI balances from here too. And you can then select the token that you're swapping from. I'm just going to swap from ETH. Then from the second drop down, you'll see that there's a whole host of tokens available, and you can also search for the tokens that you want. Also, if we head down to Manage, Uniswap also have something called token lists. And what this allows you to do is select your token from a reputable list of ERC20 tokens. By using token lists, you can choose the list that you trust so that you can separate out fake or scam tokens. Another way to ensure that it's the correct token is to add in the specific contract address. So if I head across to CoinMarketCap, it'll provide me with that address here. Now, whilst I'm on CoinMarketCap, just a little tip for you. If you want to buy a token but unsure which exchanges you can get these on, you can go across to the Markets tab here, and it will show you all the available exchanges. It will show you the price and the volume too. And as you can see, for AMPL, Uniswap has the largest volume from the past 24 hours. So let's head back to Uniswap. And as I said, you can simply copy and paste that contract address into here. But the need for this has really decreased since they've added that token list feature, to be honest. So in this example, I'll say that I want to swap 1 ETH for Ampleforth. Then you'll see the estimated amount that you're going to receive. And this is because there can be some slippage, there's some fees to pay, and also some price impacts, which are due to the movement and the size of the liquidity pool. So underneath it shows the minimum that you'll receive, and the transaction will revert if there's a large unfavourable movement before it's confirmed. It'll show the price impact, which is the difference between the market price and the estimated price due to trade price. And it'll show the liquidity provider fee, which is what goes to the liquidity providers, which we're going to take a look at in a moment. Plus, it'll also show you the route it'll take to swap your tokens if it's not a direct conversion. And what's interesting here is that you can also view the pair analytics. This gives you some stats, such as the total liquidity, volume in the last 24 hours, and a whole set of transactions too. And before we go to swap, we're just going to take a look at the settings, which you can reach by using the cog icon. And this allows me to modify my slippage tolerance for 0.1 to 0.5%. And there's a transaction deadline in here too, which will cancel the trade if it doesn't complete within a certain time frame. Now, just in terms of the price impact, if the markets are very volatile, you may want to increase the tolerance and the gas fee to make the transaction go through quicker. If not, the transaction could potentially fail and you're still going to be charged a gas fee anyway. So just try not to be too tight on gas fees or on the tolerance here, as you could end up having to pay twice anyway. Then to proceed with the swap, you'll need to pay 2 gas fees. First, to approve the interaction with your wallet if you've not swapped or allowed access previously, then to perform the actual swap. And I definitely recommend checking these prices before you swap. And if you can, try and find a time when the fees are lower so that you're not paying at the busiest times. So that's how you can swap. Next, let's take a look at pool so we can earn those 0.3% fees that we just paid by providing liquidity on Uniswap. So if we click on to create a pair, and in this example, I'm going to input ETH and wrapped Bitcoin to add to the ETH WBTC pool. Then if you click on to max in the top half, it will then pre-populate the amounts for you, as you'll need to add an equal share of each token into here. You'll then see the prices in the pool share and the share of the pool that you'll have after supplying the pool. Again, in the same way as approving the interaction with your wallet in swaps, you're going to need to do the same thing for pools here before you can confirm your supply. And you'll need to pay ETH for these gas fees again. After the transaction is confirmed on the blockchain, you'll see the amount of ETH and WBTC liquidity provided and your pool share as a percentage. When you add liquidity, you receive pool tokens called Uniswap Liquidity Provider, or LP tokens. These tokens essentially track your contribution to the pool, and they earn fees proportional to your share of the pool, and they can be redeemed at any time. So once you've added liquidity, it will then show under your liquidity. Now, as a live example, I'm going to remove liquidity that I have on Uniswap, which is in the ETH AMPL pool. And I wouldn't normally do this with gas fees being so high right now, but I've been putting this video off for a while, so for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead. So if I head across to Manage, it will then show me all the details in relation to the liquidity that I've provided. So let's go to Remove Liquidity. And I'm going to remove 100%. And the first thing I'll need to do is pay my first gas fee, just for interacting with my wallet, which again you can edit in conjunction with ETH Gas Station. Once that transaction's complete, you can see that it's ended up costing $6.11. As per my example of adding liquidity to ETH, a wrapped Bitcoin pool, you would then go ahead with the final step of removing the liquidity and paying your second gas fee, as we haven't staked any LP tokens. I'm going to be removing the max, and here it shows me that I'll receive 0.7 ETH and 690 AMPL back. So I'm just going to confirm that now. And the transaction is confirmed at $22. Now, like I said, I wouldn't normally do this at such high gas fees, or recommend in doing so unless you really need to. Then to finish this off, I'm just going to swap my AMPL for ETH, which then costs another $18 once it's all gone through.